Alright, legends, welcome along to Here's Rodder's Reviews. I am your host, Rodney Stewart, and we just finished off the ultimate 5-movie shark collection with Jurassic Shark from 2012, I want to say. And I don't want to be the person that slags off movies and filmmakers, especially someone that's further ahead in the game than what I am now. This is just an idiot talking to a camera right here. But if you check out CoinsageMedia.com, you'll see 6 attempts at short films that I have personally done. Fully 100% understand how hard it is to start this stuff, get it off the ground, and get any sort of traction going with it at all. So for someone to actually get a film made and out there, hats off to them. That's all I can say. They're further ahead in the game than I probably ever will be. But it does have to be said that this movie is absolutely awful. It is shockingly bad. But as I said in all the other reviews on this box set, the people that made this movie were having a heck of a lot of fun doing it. Completely unapologetic. It is what it is. They're having fun, and it's unreal. It's essentially in this movie. There's an oil company that obviously drilling for oil on this island, and they drill down too deep and they come across this pocket that they believe is just full of ice. The ice, of course, starts to melt, and trapped within this ice is a prehistoric megalodon. And the ice melts, it wakes up, goes on a rampage on this island, this lake on an island, and makes short work of the oil company. And honestly, I thought there'd be more of the oil company in this movie. That's not the case. There is, well, of course the movie starts out with the whole cliche, couple of teenagers coming to the beach on this lake for a day's fun, and they get attacked by the shark. That's the opening of the movie. Very, very similar to most of these movies. The oil company gets taken out in short order. A group of art thieves turn up, and they lose the painting that they have stolen. An attack by the shark, and then another group of teenagers turn up with their story. As one of them wants to be a journalist, and she's trying to dig up dirt on this oil company. So that's why they're in the situation they're in on the island, along with these thieves that are trying to make a getaway by water. And the majority of the movie is the thieves trying to use these young girls as bait for the shark so they can make an escape, and the girls trying to survive the shark plus these thieves and whatnot. And by the end of the movie, spoilers, there's only 2 of the girls left standing, and they realise that this predator is incredibly smart. This island's not going to hold it forever, and what would happen if this thing escapes to a more populated area? Like, nobody's going to stand a chance, so they take it upon themselves to kill the shark by the end of the movie, and they do so by tossing a stick of dynamite into its mouth. And then there's a little sequence at the end that is completely unrelated to anything. 2 guys sitting on the rocks, and they're having a chat about this guy's stepdaughter, and this guy can't believe that the woman this guy has married could have such a good looking daughter. And the guy, that's all set up to a joke to finish the movie off. And the guy's like, it just goes to prove that big ugly creatures can have offspring, referring to his wife. And at this point, this second megalodon jumps out of the water across the rocks they're sitting on and takes these two guys out and disappears. The movie finishes right there. The movie does not take itself seriously whatsoever, and I could really appreciate that in this movie. They're having fun. They're making no they're making no excuses for it whatsoever. It's just, some guy got his hands on a bunch of money, wanted to get a movie made, got a lot of people together and went and did it. All the respect on the planet for that happening. Whereas I said in the last two reviews I did here, these movies tend to trap up on the visual effects side of things just because of the budget not stretching out. But then you get a priceless movie like this where it's obviously been made by someone very close to the start of their filmmaking career. Now, I could be totally wrong with that. This guy could have made a load of stuff before this movie, but from the little bit of experience I've had with visual effects, and when I say visual effects, I'm not going into CGI sort of thing. That's well out of my wheelhouse. But I've done whole short films based on trying out an effect of some sort, like changing day to night, for example. I have a whole film called Lurker that's built right around that effect. It's a horror movie, but it's like, can we take somewhere like a forest and can we make the day look like the night? You see it in a lot of old westerns and stuff. But the CGI and stuff in this movie is an example of the sort of thing that would happen if you went to learn something on YouTube, which is the way I would recommend anybody to do it. You can learn virtually anything online these days. The majority of the stuff that I've learned as far as indie film goes, and again, I make no apologies for the stuff I've made either. It's not great, but it is what it is. But if you're learning something, say you sit down, you've bought a computer editing software, Final Cut Pro, Premiere, whatever it may be, Adobe, all the big names. You have all the gear sitting there ready to go. You just haven't got a clue how to put the thing together, and you go check out tutorials, and then you go get your camera, you go out and you shoot something, you bring it back to the computer, and you put together your first attempt at a visual effect. That is exactly what the visual effects are like in Jurassic Shark. It is unreal, and a lot of the small mistakes are priceless too, because there's sections of the movie where obviously, it's a shark movie, so they're going to be in the water at some point, but they're going to be trying to escape, so they're going to be in water, on the dry land, on the water. There's quite a few sequences in this movie where the actors are in the water, either trying to escape the shark or they're fighting with someone else in the movie, and they get out of the water, and then the next shot comes around of them on dry land, and their clothes are bone dry, their hair is bone dry, and they're hamming it up flat out. It's such a silly little movie, and no apologies whatsoever. They are having the time of their life making this movie, and hats off to them. They're doing, I don't want to say a better job than me because that sounds really bad, but this movie, even though it's been funded and made and out there, I have actually gotten better camera quality on my vlog channel using the Canon G7X than this movie has on a budget. So it's cheese, absolute cheese at its finest, and yes, I had a lot of fun with it.